Welcome back, dear viewers. Our next guest, we'd like to welcome back to the show right after this humor cartoons to have that everyday smile on your face. We'd like to welcome back to our studio Mr. Anwar Al-Nakhli, who is a business development manager. And today we'll be discussing about communication. Assalamu alaikum, good morning.
Alaikum salam. Thank you. Good morning.
How are you today?
I'm good. Great. How about you?
Every week, we discuss about new different topics about whether it's something about self-development to ensure that you're able to go ahead and improve yourself, many different aspects, whether it's communication, whether it's how you present yourself. But today we're discussing about communication skills, and we have a little information about 9 easy tips to improve communication skills, which is about showing appreciation, connection, stay positive, watch tone, focus on result. Listen, notice non-verbal cues. It's something that many people unfortunately miss it. Sure. Request feedback and follow up. This, I feel like, they maybe hit on 2 of the 9 targets. Can you tell us more about it and how important it is of a relationship of communications in our everyday life?
Yes, absolutely. That's very much about it. And I think today life is based on the communications. Everything is a communications, whether at home, at work, with the colleagues, and sometimes even with yourself. You need to how do you communicate to yourself? So everything about communication. So if you really improve your communication skills, you will be able to deliver your points, you will be able to deliver your comments, you will be able even to deliver your thoughts to others.
So we're talking about the importance of having communication skills at school for better grades, at work for better salary, maybe,
better performance as well.
And also talk about in universities and colleges, everywhere, even inside the family, between the husband and the wife,
and the children,
in every part. We're talking about daily life and the importance of the communication, but how to improve the skills and to have the right way of communicating with the others and to deal with each one separately. I'm communicating with Sulaiman in a different way than maybe my father or my manager or someone else. How to have those differences and communicate in different ways?
Yeah, absolutely, you're right about it. It's different from people to people, and it's different the way that you communicate with your wife, with your brother, with your mom, and it's different from your colleagues as well. But if we look at it from the other aspect, that where how we can differentiate, or what is the difference between these two kind of communications, and I think it's according to the relationship that I have with the person. If I'm communicating with my wife, absolutely the level of communication will be different than with my kids.
And there's a high percentage of divorces
it's based on the
miscommunication.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
there is a lot. Even if you've seen the children today as well, we've seen that the father sometimes is away of his kids. The reason is communications. There is a poor communications, actually.
Indeed. And Mr. Anwar, it seems today now society has been overcome by social media, about technology, about smartphones. It becomes kind of losing that face-to-face communication. Whether it's a conference call, nowadays it's different. You just see a picture or you through the telephone. It feels like technology kind of united us in a certain way, but it divided us in other aspects. Can you tell us about some of the direct and indirect of social media and its effects on society in general?
Sure. Yeah, we've seen today all these social media. It has a positive and negative side effects. So it's good, but I think it's taking us away from being with our family, being with friends. For example, I used to communicate with the friends of mine through WhatsApp, which if I would remember or if I would recall, it has been 2 years I haven't called them on the phone, but I do communicate with them in WhatsApp, which is really wrong. So these social media like WhatsApp, email, we're taking this from the other angle, which is the side effect. Okay, it's good to communicate. It's good to sometime to discuss, or even in a group, for example. But we should not rely on it as it is our official communication. Unfortunately, that's even if you go to your, for example, we were talking about your grandma for that report. If you go to your grandma's house with your brothers and other relatives, you will see them all. They're just busy with the phones.
Yeah.
Just like
we just
on WhatsApp.
trained them actually. The old
Exactly.
ones.
And I have seen actually. I heard that some of the families or the grandmom, I think this was initiative taken by grandma, where she was asking all of her families to put the phones on the side. Otherwise, please don't come to me.
No, I saw it too.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah,
That was
and-
a good idea. Actually.
Yes, it is. And actually, once the most important, even if you're using the social media, you should be able to send your message in a proper way. For example, I wrote an email to a friend of mine a couple of years. I was trying to set my apology for not attending an event. He was just doing an event, so I was not able to attend that one. So he was like, I sent him an email, but unfortunately, I think because I'm using again a social media, I'm not using an eye-to-eye contact or a face contact. So he read my message in the wrong way.
Okay.
So then I had to call him and explain to him, which is there is so many levels of sending my your communications to people,
True,
either like eye contact.
We talk about different levels with the new technology.
Absolutely.
But there is nothing better than the old style way of communication. But Mr. Anwar, allow us for a quick report in this regards. We're talking about a report that is related to our topic. We'll see it and we'll be back to you to resume our discussion. Stay with us.
From phone calls to conversations, presentations to blogs, and texts to tweets, communication is how we send and receive messages. And those messages surround us. They're in our words, our tone of voice, in our expressions, in our inboxes and our mailboxes, in a conversation with coworkers, or the important meeting with our boss. It's the tilt of a head or the roll of an eye. Communication allows us to share our thoughts, to learn and exchange ideas, to serve customers and clients. With so many messages to sift through, we owe it to ourselves and to others to be the best communicators we can. Recent surveys, the National Association of Colleges and Employers found that the ability to communicate effectively ranked as the most important skill for new hires. The ability to speak and write well and to listen effectively is your key to career success.
So whether you're talking, tweeting, texting, emailing, or simply listening to what someone else has to say, you are using a set of skills that is highly valued in the working world.
In this video, we will talk about the skills needed to communicate effectively in the workplace by focusing on the 4 primary ways we communicate. Verbally, through our speech. Non-verbally, through our facial expressions and body language. By listening to the messages of others. And finally, through our writing.
We will show you examples of communication skills, both effective and not so effective, and provide you with strategies you can use to improve your own skills. Feel free to pause this video at any time to jot down notes, answer questions, or discuss what you've seen. When you're finished, you will know how better communication can help you achieve success.
Welcome back, dear viewers. That was a quick report about communication skills and how important it is in your everyday life. Like I was discussing here with Mr. Anwar, our guest today, who was a business development manager, about, when you go ahead and send an email, the tone of voice is not there.
Yes,
So the person
yes.
on the receiving end will understand in a different way. It depends on how he reads
Sure.
it. And like Ghazi was saying, he was like, I have to read sometimes messages 5, 6 times to understand.
Till you
I
get it.
really
Yes,
understand it.
yes.
But it seems, many people do not know how to develop communication skills with each other, person to face. Because I feel like the previous generations were able to. But now generation, like you were saying, even the grandma, she said that she doesn't want any telephones, any communication.
It's all behind devices nowadays.
How can we go back into the previous step of going ahead and having direct face-to-face communication?
I think we should do similar to the grandma.
Yes.
But actually, we influenced the older generation here in the kingdom, all over the world actually. We are using the technology and they've been watching us using it. They've been talking to us, and we were busy with the technology and the communication skills. But now they are using it.
They are
with
using
us.
it. Yeah, I was surprised. I saw my father, like he was really against this. I mean, the social media. So then after a while, I was like, wow, Dad, he's even better,
He's
better
more
than
active
me.
now.
Better than me.
Yeah.
He's just sending messages, broadcasts, all this stuff. So I think he didn't have a choice, but that's really not the way how it should be, because I have seen that once you go in the groups and you see them, all of them, they're just busy texting
You
and
become
all
a part
this.
of the group.
So you'll be part of it. Yeah, you cannot stay like by yourself. So, but I think that's really the most important is we're missing the face to face, the direct communications. That's I think how we should actually go back to the old days.
Yeah, of course. You know, the old days, you know, before there was smartphones, there was just like, I'm not sure if people realize, there was something called like a landline.
Yes,
So many people, you had to go ahead and dial
True.
the house number, then you ask the person you want to speak with,
Yeah.
and then go ahead and have the
And then
communication and
it's
arrange a
true.
meeting.
True.
It's just arrangement. I felt
True.
like, so it's something that we're really moving away.
Now you can arrange a meeting through WhatsApp.
Within
Indeed.
seconds.
And Mr. Anwar, any last words of advice you'd like to discuss about, especially for the viewers at home, whether it's about personal, business, school, work, or to improve their everyday life, to become more successful? Any advice about communication skills?
I think how can we develop our communication skills? I think with a smile. A smile, it's the bottom of it. The smile. Just smile and listen. More than listen. I mean, don't talk more than what you listen. Please listen. I don't know. We've seen today the psychologists. Why they're good? Because they listen. They never talk. They just listen to you. Then they will just like, they're less talking.
Give you the conclusion.
Exactly. So I think if we, in our communications, if we became like that, then we will be definitely having a good communications.
Yeah. Especially for the smile.
Yeah, smile. That's really,
It's,
I think if you smile, you will be able to deliver your message
your
of
message
communication.
in a very good
course.
way, actually, and it's been encouraged by the Prophet, peace be upon him. The smile is a charity, actually.
It is. It is.
Imagine giving a money, it's like
It
giving a
is,
smile
it
to the rest of the people. But unfortunately, we're trying to make people fully aware
And
of
the
the
body
importance of
language
the
as well
smile
also.
on a daily basis. And with this, Mr. Anwar Al-Nakhli would like to thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much.
And we hope, inshallah, to see you next week to talk more about self-development topics.
Inshallah.
Thank you. And thank you.